Hello friends, as you know I've been making videos on some topics which carry some kind of confusion, right? Stuff like divisional charts with conjunctions and aspects in those charts and stuff like that. And in continuation of the same, I am making this video to talk about one of lesser discussed, lesser known, if you like, aspects of Rahu and Ketu, right? The name Rahu and Ketu itself stands for a lot of confusion. In fact, I did a video on the exaltation and Mool Trikon signs of Rahu and Ketu. Okay, while there is, among the classics, there is a division on the exaltation signs. The top two signs which are considered for Rahu and Ketu's exaltation are Taurus and Gemini, right? We know that stuff, right? I mean, most of the classics say it's Taurus, but there are two classics which say it is Gemini. So I've done a video on that, so don't want to waste time on the subjects which I'm not going to talk about today. So about Rahu. Rahu is a planet which a lot of people say, Rahu aspect should not be considered. There is a line of thought which uses that in analysis. This view that Rahu doesn't have any aspects, okay, and not definitely Ketu. However, I think it could be a mistake ignoring aspects of Rahu and Ketu. That's point number one. Now, if you are considering aspects of Rahu and Ketu, which I personally think we should, one popular view which I use in my analysis is the 5th and 9th aspects of Rahu and Ketu. That means if, for example, Rahu is, let's say here in 4th house, this is North Indian format, so the format shouldn't worry much, and opposite is Ketu, right? Now, if we are talking about this simple scenario, 5th and 9th we all know, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you go further 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, which is which? You go clockwise, anti-clockwise, it doesn't matter as far as 5th and 9th aspects of Rahu and Ketu are concerned. Similarly for Ketu, you do the same, right? It will be 2nd and this one, 6th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that is the aspect of Rahu and Ketu, which is very popular, which I myself use. Now, many Nadi systems have the 2nd and 12th aspect of Rahu also, right? 2nd and 12th aspect of Rahu. In some cases, I think we can't ignore it, it should be used, but in majority of cases, perhaps not. That is, again, I'm sharing the perspective. However, the main reason for making this video today, this introduction was required, but the main thing that I have chosen to make this video today is to highlight a rather lesser popular aspect of Rahu and Ketu, and that is, and this is coming from a classic. If you read one of the books written by late Sri Jain Bhasin, a very well respected astrologer, one of his books, I think on dispositors, if I'm not wrong, okay, now don't quote me on that because I'm not sure which book of him, read it long time ago, but certainly I was reading something, so there was a reference to that which caught my attention. He has spoken, not only spoken, he has quoted the verses from Brit Shastra, okay, which talk about the aspects of Rahu and Ketu. And somehow this has not been spoken enough. Why? I don't know. But we know it has not been spoken enough. Some of you may already know, okay, obviously. If it is there in the classic, okay, a lot of people would know about it. This aspect is, now listen very carefully here. It talks about 5th and 9th from, let's take Rahu, okay. Ketu, the same thing applies. let's take Rahu, the 5th and 9th. So we just saw that, right? This house and this house. 8th and 12th from 4th house, right? 5th and 9th. You go like this or you go like this, you land up in the same houses. So I'm not getting into whether you should go forward, reverse. That's a different discussion again. Rahu is confusion, you know. So anyway, so far as this discussion is concerned, that is immaterial. So Rahu and Ketu, 5th and 9th aspect. But the difference here is, that's what the verses say. The difference here is, okay, surprise. Rahu doesn't impact the house, the bhava, where it is placed. That means, in this example, Rahu is not impacting the 4th house. But it has its 7th aspect. Personally, I have not been taking Rahu's 7th aspect because it is not physical entity. There is nothing to reflect. Okay, sun's the source of energy that sun is, we all know. Rahu is not a physical object, physical planet, doesn't exist physically by itself. So it is not able to reflect the 7th, the opposite aspect, which is physically 7th, opposite. So I have not been taking it, but now this is something that makes me wonder why we have not been taking it. Should we take it? That is a discussion I like to trigger here. Now hang on. Rahu is not impacting the 4th house, but if there is a what do you call a conjunction with a planet. Let's say there is a planet here. Let's say Saturn. Oh wow, my goodness, Saturn with Rahu. Anyway, let's say there is a planet here. Okay, let's say there is a planet here. It is definitely a yoga with Saturn. Okay, good, bad, whatever. This is yoga. It is going to impact. I mean, now you have a combined result. But we are talking of the house matters. Rahu is not directly playing a role. That is what the shloka says. The shloka says, I am not saying that. Okay, and the shloka goes on to say that from the house where Rahu and Ketu, the nodes are placed, okay, you have the 5th and 9th aspect. I am going this way, okay, here. So 5th and 9th aspect and the 7th house aspect. So it is aspecting the 7th house from its position, the house bhava. But it is not impacting the 4th house. Now, so many analysis they go out of gear where we say that Rahu is sitting in that house. The actual thing that probably is happening according to this verses, this verse, this subject. Actually, what could be happening is it is not Rahu, it is Ketu that is impacting this house by its 7th aspect. Similarly, Ketu is aspecting the 5th and 9th from its position, and Ketu is not impacting this house. House bhava, again some planet conjunct with Ketu, obviously that there is a yoga. But the matters of this house, Ketu is having no say. It's blind to that house. Rahu is blind to that house. We talk of Ketu's blindness. No, I mean, okay. And physically we relate that with Drishti. That is all, in my opinion, crap. Okay, no mixing words. You may agree, disagree. Okay, give logic. But that is a crap. Okay, Ketu doesn't have aspect. It doesn't have why. This aspect is because of the eye reflection, like human beings. No, don't come out of the sensory limits. Okay, so that is a different discussion. I won't get into that. So Rahu and Saturn are here. So they are having a conjunction. Saturn is obviously placed in the 4th house, very much impacting it. Okay, so that is a different discussion. Okay, there is no question about it. There is no confusion about it. But Rahu is impacting the 10th house, the 7th from it, and these houses, 8th and 12th, which are at trine from Rahu, Trikon. That's it. That is the concept. That is the concept, according to the verses. I want to invite opinions and views from all the learned astrologers, the entire astro community, to give their opinion. I will put up those verses. Okay, I will quote the verses, the Sanskrit verses, in this video itself, so that we can read, and what the translation says I have told you, and please let me know what you think, because if we are ignoring something which is there written by Parashar Rishi, okay, we are making a mistake probably. Okay, so should we include this, and should we, whatever we thought is happening because of Rahu, was that happening because of Ketu? Now the results would change, because Ketu's nature is very different. We know that the significations or karakatwas of Rahu and Ketu are different, right? So let us push the limits of the common understanding. That's what I'm trying to do in these videos, and let's not go by the beaten track. Let's try to innovate within the Vedic framework. Okay, no homemade research, but within the Vedic framework, let's try to innovate. Thank you, friends.